Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing on the map Naval Conquests. I'm starting in the top left position, playing as the Allies. Now we do have Eric and Like on the other team. Eric is playing as the Soviets, Like is playing as the Allies. And my teammate who was called, well, I had a numbers name, he's playing as the Soviets. So we have got a Soviet and Allied member on both teams. Personally on Naval Conquests, I will always choose Allies. I think that's the only real logical choice that you can choose. I think, it's just because there's far too much emphasis on the Navy. And if the other team get a good Navy and you're playing as the Soviets, you're pretty much screwed because the other team just, the water is just theirs. And then they get cruisers. You don't, as a Soviet player, you don't even have gap generators. I mean, you could say you can use MiGs, but they're quite easily countered. And if the other team is building a navy, they've got destroyers as well that can fire on air units. So I do think Allies is always the best choice on this map. And we can see now Green Eric, he's getting a bit of map visibility with a very early transporter. And I think what he's trying to do is he's probably trying to have a look and see if we are building naval units so he knows what strategy he's going to use. So he's getting some map visibility early on. Personally, I prefer to go for this build order I'm doing. That's because it's going to allow me to get an MCV to the middle island earlier and get that second base set up. Because map control is really, really important. You can see me building that MCV now. I'm going to build another ore refinery on the other side of my base. There are 2 ore patches on this starting island, but you do need to get off this island and start using resources in the middle of the map, otherwise you're going to run out pretty quickly. And you can just see me using those units just to get any part of my map just uncovered of my starting island. But yeah, you don't need to build many infantry units at the start of this. You just need just a one to run around the island. And now I'm going to be building my naval yard. And we can see that first naval yard being placed. And you can see me also building 2 ore trucks. Because what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to take some of those ore trucks. And you can see there, that's probably why Eric was getting some of that map visibility. So he could get that submarine there early on and try and destroy my naval yards. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to build destroyers, and destroyers just happen to be very, very strong against submarines. And you can see there's actually 2 submarines there, so they're going to I mean, the destroyers are just so effective against them. I find it really hard, and that's one of the reasons I like to play Allies, because destroyers just absolutely hammer submarines. And yeah, this is quite an annoying spawn actually. Every time I try and get my ore truck in, another unit goes on top of it. And now I'm going to send that to the middle island. You can see I also have my ore refinery being built. And yeah, at least those submarines haven't been able to get my transport ship. What could have been a good idea from Eric was actually just to wait till I got my MCV in and then had the submarines attack my transport ship at that point. But now I've got these 3 ore trucks on this middle part, and you can see because I was placing the buildings quite quickly, I've actually probably placed that I have placed that ore refinery in a not ideal position. It should have been a bit closer to that ore patch, but there you go, isn't it? You can always do things better. And you can see actually Eric's actually investing quite a bit in submarines, which is quite surprising. I thought he would have probably done those with tanks. Knowing Eric though, Eric, I know on this map you have to go for a multi-MCV strategy, but I have no doubt that Eric's building plenty of MCVs. But this map isn't as good for doing those MCV crawls, because what makes it really hard to fight when fighting Eric is when he gets... Oh, he's got an MCV there, speaking of that witch. And he's probably going to try and get it into my base and then build a Tesla coil. What I'm going to do though is try and destroy it before he's able to do that. And the question is he going to have room to be able to do it? And if I keep these tanks around that MCV, it's not going to be able to be deployed. So that's what I'm really going to try and do at this point. And you can see, I think he's searching for a space, but he's not going to find it. And we'll hopefully be able to take that down. I'll just take these tanks following him, and the MCV goes down. So that was quite a waste of resources for Eric. I'm also going to get a radar dome down now so I can actually see what's going on in different parts of the map. But we can see light coming in with the medium tanks, so we're going to have to fight this, see how this goes. He's only got 3 at the moment, so it doesn't look too bad, and hopefully I'll be able to destroy those tanks. He's going for my Autrux though, which is looks like he might get one down, or it might just survive. It's just survived. That was fortunate. And we can see Eric with that naval that submarine yard, sort of in the middle of the map, so he might be on that ore patch, because there's sort of like a gem island in the middle, and I don't know if Eric's on there at the moment. He may well be, but we can see light coming in with those medium tanks again. Eric came in with some heavy tanks, and we're in a bit of a hard spot at the moment. And we do seem to be losing some of our tank numbers, unfortunately. But we do have those destroyers which are able to provide us with a little bit of support. Yeah, you can see Eric now with those submarines. Yeah, he has invested heavily in them actually, which is, as I say, I didn't expect that to happen. And now that I've got I'm just bringing these destroyers to this path here, so if they do try and bring more tanks through, that I am safe. But we can see Eric building more submarines. He's got a couple of pens there, but they're going to go down quite easily. And yeah, we've managed to get rid of them quite with ease. And now I'm just building that tech centre, because that tech centre is going to get me satellite eventually, so I can see what it's like on the other players' maps. And yeah, we can see those heavy tanks there. He's got quite a few, and he's probably got quite a good economy being built up. And yeah, I'm going to have to... yeah, we can see Eric's on that middle island building some ore silos. And now Eric's coming in with that heavy tank. And the medium tank's coming as well. And yeah, they're trying to bring all the forces up at the moment. So we'll have to see if we're able to defend this. Got another ore refinery built there. And we've also got a Tesla coil there, which is fired on my cruiser. Almost taken out. I have got some more tanks backed up here. And yeah, that cruiser getting taken out. But now my tanks are in a bit of my boats are in a bit of a bad situation. We've got Eric, who's got those heavy tanks. He's also building up those Tesla coils on this part of the map. And it's just in range of that naval yard, annoyingly, so when units come out, he's able to destroy it. But now I'm going on the attack. Let's see how much of Eric's base we can take out. He's got 3 tanks here, and so he's been investing in that middle island, but he may have left this a bit unguarded. And so let's see what we can do here. He must have a real strong economy going at the moment, and it does look like he's got quite a few construction yards. He's going to be able to build quite quickly. And yeah, I'm losing some units there, and that's a bit of a problem. But I'm getting attacked from the other side of my base, and that is Light coming in with his medium tanks. And it looks like I'm going to lose that construction yard, unfortunately. And we can see, yeah, my base is just getting decimated now. And I am running out of ore in that ore patch. So I probably needed to expand a bit further to other bases. So let's see what we can do here. Not much by the looks of it. He's just got too many tanks at this point. We do have a cruiser there, though, that's going to be able to do some damage, some ships. But yeah, you can see he's definitely got the upper hand here, and he's going to be able to take out those buildings. And you can see, yeah, Eric with the submarines there now. So yeah, he's continuing the sub-attack. And he's taken out that naval yard, and there's not really much I can do at the moment because it looks like it's pretty much over. And yeah, you can see those submarines coming in, taking out my thing. And let's have a see what my ally's doing. He's got submarines as well, but it doesn't look like he's got much map control. And yeah, basically we're just getting overwhelmed. Yeah, we've lost both sides of the map, and it just looks like a matter of time before yellow is completely wiped from the middle as well, and then we'll be isolated back to our starting islands. And you can see I've got map vision here. I've just had because my tech centre's got satellite. We can see that yellow has lost one of his middle bases, and it just looks like it's going to be a matter of time before he loses his second base in the middle of the map. I think in this game what happened was I probably could have done actually with building 2 construction yards early on, and then had like one on where I built initially, and then had another MCV go to the middle, the very middle, and used your patches there, and it might have given me a bit of a better chance. Now what actually happened there, I don't know if Eric disconnected or whether they just quit because they knew the game was over, but yeah, the other team obviously won that. And yeah, you can see the stats there. So got a lot of kills, but just didn't do enough damage against buildings, and the other teams managed to collect a lot more ore, especially Eric, who got control of Gem Island, which gives you a big advantage if you're able to do that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.